that's it. It's all, I mean, this is something I thought about doing, this moment of being in front of everyone and being the guy that held the clipboard since May 9th, 2009. It felt both impossible and oddly attainable because to a degree, jiu-jitsu is an attendance-based skill. Just keep showing up. Keep showing up. It'll be ingrained in you. You can't, it's a self-correcting system. If you keep coming, it's gonna get better. Obviously, you can get better with effort, and I know that I was the worst student when I started. I was terrible. I used to make jokes when the professor was talking. I would be purposely late to miss warm-up. I was the worst student, and I remember we were back at 11 Berry, and I was sitting before class, and I remember the professor was walking back from the restroom, and I was like, hey, do you think that when I get my blue belt, I could fight? And I remember seeing his face change and him having to kind of recalculate who I was. Him having to kind of put me in a different category of potential. Because at that point, I was just the silly guy in class. I was 22. I was barely an adult. And that was such a long time ago. But the mats keep you young. You know, I still feel like that person, just with more scars and injuries. And Professor has only given to me. He's never taken. I had to live here. I lived in that back room for weeks. I had nowhere else to go. He let me live here. I only paid, I don't know if he wants to say this, I only paid for 1 6-month trial. I've never paid for jiu-jitsu in that first 6 months. He let me come train for free because he knew how much it meant to me, how important it was to me. And he didn't have to do that. If he didn't do that, I wouldn't be here. I feed myself with this art. And I get to do it with so many amazing people. I want to think of my game as a quilt of your experiences pushed onto me, and I hopefully push onto you. He took me to Almeida's to spar before I thought I could even be in the same room with those people. He drove me to all my fights. On the way back from sparring, he'd ask me what I did right and what I did wrong and what we could work on. I remember when I fought at Hammerstein Ballroom, and we were in the back. I was the first fight of the night. I was the first person walking out of the fight. It was the first time friends and teammates came to come watch me fight because it was in New York. And behind the curtain, he asked me, why do we do this? And I knew that he wasn't asking me in terms of like, to be the best, to beat the hell out of that guy. No, it's to find something out about myself. And because I wanted to be there genuinely. So I can't express the gratitude I have for you. You've given me a life. And that's not an exaggeration. I am an adult who's capable of anything because of the things you've given me. And I couldn't bow deep enough to show you that respect. Thank you, Professor, and thank you to everyone who's ever rolled with me. Thank you.